Welcome back to the Robin Kristen Show. Today we are here in preparation of Valentine's Day. We have a very special guest and someone who is dear to my heart, Katherine Andress. Katherine, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me today.
So Katherine and I got to know each other because she did my makeup for our wedding, and she did such a fantastic job. I have since taken makeup lessons from her. I've learned and purchased some products from you and different things like that. And so it is so exciting to have you here today.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit, how did you get started? What made you want to get into makeup artistry?
Yeah, so I grew up in a small town here in Defiance, and my family, I come from a family of factory workers, and they were saying, what do you want to go to college for? What do you want to do? And all I knew is I wanted to do something that I enjoyed every day. It was so important to me that I enjoyed what I was doing.
Always important.
And so I'm like, what do I like to learn about? What do I, when you're avoiding your studies in school, what do I want to learn? And at that time, it was Cosmopolitan magazines or teen,
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Always reading
all
beauty articles. Yeah, the things that appeal to women or young girls. Mm-hmm. And so I decided I wanted to go to cosmetology school and pursue makeup artistry. And once I learned makeup artistry, that's where all the visions of like, I want to do this and I want to do that. And I created my goal list with makeup artistry. So that's how it all started.
And now you have your own company.
Yes, Bio Beauty.
Bio Beauty. And some of what you do is you do people's makeup for weddings and special events. You give makeup lessons. You help people pick out makeup products. So if you need something, she's your girl.
Yes.
So one of the things, though, we were talking about with Valentine's Day coming up, you'll always want to look extra special. And I'm sure everybody wants to look special for different reasons, whether it's your wedding, maybe prom, if you're a teenager, maybe it's prom, or anything else that it could be. Valentine's Day, across the board, you want to kind of get dressed up, you want to look great. And what are some tips that you can tell people about their skin regimen? Because we've got a couple of weeks leading up to Valentine's Day. Is there anything they can do to kind of get their skin ready? Because, hey, if you're in a cold weather climate like we are right now, my skin gets dry, and therefore my makeup starts looking, patchy because my skin gets dry. So what can I do to fix this?
Yes, I would love to help you with that. So when it comes to weather conditions, environmental reasons for dryness, this is one of the reasons why I got connected with a brand to promote. I know that it's so important for skin to be hydrated for makeup to look good. And so what you hear a lot is when seasons change, women are no longer happy with their makeup and they feel like they all of a sudden age so much and now they feel old. But it has a lot to do with the fact that their skin is drier and the makeup isn't sitting as well and smoothly on the skin. So it's always been a pleasure of mine to help support women in finding a skincare regimen and formula that fits with the environment and the condition their skin's in at that time. So of course we need more nourishment and hydration. Between the heat, the cold wind, it's just sucking out every bit of moisture that is already in our skin. On top of, people usually are a little more dehydrated from the inside out in the winter. We're not as active and whatnot. So I love to help navigate people in creating a skin regimen that supports the base of their makeup, and then also a foundation formula that's going to have some skin benefits in it for hydration and luminosity. Would you like to hear about one of the key things?
It's so important. I do.
Yes, your skin looks great. You look gorgeous. So one of the key ingredients is hyaluronic acid.
I've heard a lot about that. It's in the news everywhere.
Yes, it's buzzing. And it's interesting with the beauty industry because there's always a keyword and then everybody puts it on their label. And then,
right?
Hyaluronic acid is something that I've been using since I was 19 years old. So when I started in this industry, and it sounds like it could be aggressive as an acid, but it's actually a moisture magnet.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And so what hyaluronic acid does is where there's hyaluronic acid, it will hold on to 1,000 times its weight in water and hydration. and our bodies produce it from the inside. But as we age, our hyaluronic production slows down. And so it's a key ingredient. It's a small little molecule that does so much when it comes to boosting our skin's ability to hold on to hydration.
Oh, that is super interesting. I never knew that. I saw that on a lot of products, and I seem to be hearing it more. I've seen it more. And so obviously that's something that we all need to look at. You know, I'm one of those people that like to change up my skincare routine depending upon the season.
Yeah.
And I find, you know, that certain things work better in the summer than they do in the winter.
Absolutely.
So you know, if there's somebody out there that wants to connect with you to maybe do, even if they're in Australia, we have an Australia audience. So if they're in Australia and they want to connect with you and maybe do a virtual consultation, how do they get a hold of you?
The best way to contact me is through my website, biobeautykat.com, BIOBEAUTYKAT. So when you go onto my website, let's connect. You can connect right with me. You can shop on my website as well for products, but I really love to support people. It's really important to me that my clients feel confident with their purchase and that they're purchasing the right things based on where they're at that time, like you said, seasonally and whatnot, and that they feel confident with the application as well. And that's where I want to be their personal, you know, assistant in supporting them in their application and steps, and I'm with them along the way. So definitely connect, you know, take the time and reach out. I'm happy to connect.
I love that. And before we have you do a product demo, so Katherine, I know she's done a lot of makeup in a lot of different areas. Tell me your favorite story.
Yeah, thank you. I love to reflect on it.
Besides doing
well, it
my
was
makeup.
the bride that came to see me that one time. My favorite is when I was younger, one of the reasons I desired to be a makeup artist is I watched TLC's What Not to Wear. Did you ever watch that?
I've seen it.
So they did, you know, the styling portion of the clothing, the hair, the makeup. And I always just loved watching the transformations, you know. And I had an opportunity to be a backstage makeup artist at a fashion show that Clinton Kelly hosted.
Oh, wow.
So he was the host, and I was in the back doing the makeup changes as the models went out in their fashion. And I thought that was so cool because that was something I watched as a little girl, and then I was right there, you know, in proximity with that opportunity.
Well, I love that. That is so super exciting. Hey, we're going to be right back. And when we come back, she is going to do a lip demo, right?
Yeah.
Showing us how we can get a fuller lip for Valentine's Day. We are back. And once again, we have Katherine here with us. And she is going to do a demonstration on lipstick or lip liner.
Yeah, what I want to show the viewers is a technique to help your lips look fuller, which will make them look more youthful. So it's a little technique, a little tip and trick to boost confidence.
And I think that this is so interesting for a lot of women, especially as they get older. They feel like their lips get thinner, and it's, you know, if you had fuller lips when you were younger and then you're looking and like, what happened to my lips throughout the years? So this, rather than going to the cost of getting lip injections or something of that nature, you can figure these things out just by using makeup techniques.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So, and it's one of those things that you don't have to truly change who you are as you're aging, so you can age beautifully. And then when you want to, you have that technique to go back to. So like a special day like Valentine's Day might be a day where you just want to feel a little more feminine and have a little pep in your step, and this is a technique I can show you.
Or your anniversary.
Yes! Happy anniversary! Yes.
It'll be coming up number 3 in September, so it'll be exciting. So is there anything that you need to do to prep your lips? Like, do we need to be doing scrubs or lip masks?
Yep. I would definitely recommend doing regular lip exfoliation. I feel like lip exfoliation is a misstep in a lot of people's beauty regimen.
It is for mine. I have all the products, but hey, you know what? I forget to do it.
Yes, yeah. And I feel like skincare is self-care, you know? So whenever you carve out that time for your self-care, if you have a habit of making a tea or your nighttime, moisturizer, then that's where you put this, extra
So what's
thing.
an easy way that people can exfoliate their lips?
I recommend to my clients before their special events to start exfoliating regularly by taking a little bit of honey, a little bit of sugar. It can even be, if you like a softer granule of sugar, like a Splenda, and then just do a gentle rub and take a washcloth. And then you have your hydration aspect, and you have those granules to pull any dead skin cells that are on the surface. And just doing that gently, regularly, will prep your lips within a week.
I love that. Okay, so what are we going to do here today?
Okay, so I want to show y'all a technique I use with 3 different lip products to plump your lips and enhance and define them. So first I'm going to use a lip liner.
So how do you pick a lip liner?
Okay, so I'm really big on, there's 2 techniques I go to. These are my 2 go-tos. I'm really big on your makeup matching your personality and being true and authentic to you. So, if you're bold and you want to do a bright pink, do a bright pink. If you want to feel classy and elegant, you might lean towards a red. If you want to not be noticed but just feel a little, oomph, maybe a neutral or a light pink. So
you can do anything that you want to.
Yeah.
It's just really based upon what you feel and what you want to do.
Yep, I truly believe that. And I really believe in color psychology. So I feel like certain colors make people feel a certain
Sure.
way. However, I wanted to show you another cool
Okay.
trick. I do this in my lessons.
Right.
If you make a fist to where the blood gets to your knuckles and it's kind of getting right there, and then you release it and look at your tone on your fingertips, that's going to give you a good idea of your natural undertone. And that natural undertone, like if you were to jog, that would be like the natural hue in your cheeks.
Okay.
So it's always going to be a really complimentary undertone for you. So when people are really new to makeup and they don't know what to do, I always tell them reference that, and then those colors are always going to look really natural and complimentary. Yeah. So I'm just going to do a natural and nude enhance. The first thing I do is smile like with my mouth closed. So now I'm going to have to close my mouth. But then I'm going to start in the center because I want to define and plump the center first.
This is just one of those things that it takes a little bit of practice to get the lip liner to look right. And if you can see, it looks like she's going just above her natural lip line.
Yep. I feel that women often feel very feminine with the bow of our lips. So just defining that. I'm not going to pull it all the way down. I'm going to really just keep it right from there. Kind of talking about Valentine's Day, kind of like a heart.
Okay.
And then we're going to go to the bottom and same thing in the center.
So once again, it looks like you're going just under your natural lip line.
Yeah, yep. Because this is darker than my skin tone, the darker colors pull inward, and it gives the illusion that the lip is a little flipped and plumper.
Okay. That's really interesting.
Yeah, and then when you pull it all the way out, then that's when it looks more fake, and it could even draw your lips down. So then for the rest, I'm keeping it more in the line. And then next step, I'm going to take Dinner Date, which is a neutral pink tone. And now this is what I had on to begin with, so you'll see the difference. Just do normal thing. And then we're going to take a gloss. Now this gloss is going to have light reflective pigments.
Looks like it has a little bit of shimmer to
Yes.
it. My favorite kind.
Yeah. The shimmers pull forward. So like I said, our liner a little darker than our skin's pulling backward. Shimmers pull forward, and that creates the illusion of a plumper lip. And we're going to keep that shimmer right in the center where we want that plumpness that a lot of women are injecting. We're going to just create it with our lipstick.
That's amazing. You did all of that with 3 little products.
Yeah, and it's just about placement, so just knowing, I feel like when you hear the placement from somebody, then you feel more confident to do it on your own. Like you have that reassurance, okay, I'm doing this right.
Yes.
That's where with makeup, a lot of people don't have the confidence,
And some of it is just practice.
Absolutely.
So, well, Katherine, thank you so much for joining us here on the Robin Kristen Show. I've had so much fun, and I hope that you have too. Once again, if people want to connect with you, give them your website.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. This has been fun. My website is biobeautykat.com, BIOBEAUTYKAT.com.